want to do that, then maybe that's why they should chuck people like Chris Pincher out.
Well, that's your view. Let us know what you think.
Being a bit viewsy today, aren't I?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. gbviews@gbnews.uk. You have to email in now.
Yeah. But right now, let's get on with the papers. Here with us, broadcaster Mike Parry and author and broadcaster Nikki Hodgson. Morning. We're starting off with Nikki, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
With that, the climate protesters.
So, climate protesters, not content with gluing themselves to railings, have now moved on to fine art. And there's a picture here of two of them who are part of the, which group is it? To do with oil.
Just
Stop Oil, thank you, Mike. They've glued themselves to a Van Gogh painting in Somerset House yesterday
well
called
done.
Peach Trees in Blossom.
Congratulations.
I mean, the one thing I've got to say is that at least they're gluing themselves to the frame, not the actual painting, and the frames are not as valuable. But it doesn't really take away from the fact that it probably isn't reaching the people that they're trying to reach, because it just looks like, why are you vandalising a really beautiful painting that's precious to us?
My feeling is just total resentment that these people get away with this, because it says that 2 people have been investigated for criminal damage, but they won't be punished severely for trying to destroy a Van Gogh painting.
Well, I don't think they're trying to destroy
It's all very well saying it's the frame, but it's intrinsically it's a Van Gogh that you're attacking. What makes me laugh is that the guy here is glued to the frame, "Just Stop Oil," written on his orange T-shirt. Doesn't this juicehead realise that if you stopped oil, he wouldn't have any clothes? Because oil isn't just stuff that you put in the petrol tanks of cars. Oil is intrinsic to everything we have in the world.
He would argue that we have enough clothes and we can all just wear the things we've already got.
He may be wearing hemp
anymore.
He may be wearing hemp.
That's what he's wearing hemp to me. But what I'm saying is, if you want to just stop oil, that means taking the world back 500 or 600 years. What are you going to replace it with?
Well,
what are we going to do? Go back to horses and cars?
Yeah, but the idea is we've got to move forward, isn't it? We've got to move forward with a different energy source.
They want to stop oil. They say we shouldn't drill any more oil out of the ground.
We should be using other kinds of energy.
The point is that you're talking about it on the telly this morning.
Absolutely.
It's in the newspapers. That's why they do this.
But they're empty-headed people because they don't have any alternatives.
Well, that's
it's all very well banging the drum,
just
stop oil.
That's not always true. I don't know what the alternatives are because I'm not well informed in it, but they do have suggestions of what we should be doing instead. Most of them do. Extinction Rebellion, another group that have lots of other suggestions of what materials we should be using, how we should be living, how we should be using alternative energy supplies.
They think the wind and sunshine can power the earth.
Well, they do.
It can't.
But they already do.
No, if that was all we had, if all we had was wind and sun, for 9 months of the year we wouldn't get any solar power.
Well, that's
and for
not
most
true.
of the
That's not how solar
time
power
we wouldn't get
works,
any wind power because only wind power.
Solar panels don't work like that. They capture sun energy and then you can use it later on.
The technology is still a million miles away from supplying our energy needs. And also, another couple of people from this same group did the same thing in Glasgow, right? They desecrated a painting in Glasgow, Kelvin Grove Art Gallery. It's an absolute disgrace. Van Gogh is a thing of great beauty, and he's a genius, and he's brought such grace and brilliance to the world. This lot don't have anything to contribute to the world at all.
You're missing the point. That's probably painted with oil paint.
It probably is. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very much indeed. Well done, Stephen.
Yeah,
Hit the nail on the head, just like that. Well
there you go. Let's have a quick look at
Bernie
Ecclestone.
Yeah. Bernie Ecclestone, I couldn't believe it. I didn't see it in real time, okay?
No,
but he was interviewed yesterday morning. I started seeing the tweets. I thought, I better catch up on this. I mean, I am just astonished. What Bernie Ecclestone was saying was, I'd take a bullet for Putin. I think he's a great man. He's a great friend. He said, he's a businessman, and we all make mistakes. Then he said, that guy Zelensky, looks to me like he was looking for a bit of publicity. He used to be a comedian, didn't he? Well, looks to me like he still is one. I mean, it was astonishing stuff, honestly. It was really astonishing stuff. And, I've had dealings with Bernie Ecclestone over the years. He's a very wealthy man because he ran Formula One so well. But I simply couldn't believe what he was saying about Vladimir Putin.
Why would he say that?
Well, because...
Being outrageous.
No, I'll tell you why. Because he is completely business-based. And he broke the deal with Putin to bring Formula One to Russia. You see what I mean? So he knows him inherently well. They both made an awful lot of money out of it because Mr. Putin is one of the richest men in the world, right? And Bernie Ecclestone's a billionaire. So anybody who Bernie does business with and succeeds, as far as he's concerned, absolutely. Can't be anything much wrong with this man. But honestly, the things he was saying, he went on to repeat it later, by the way, he was interviewed again about it and went on and on and on about it and wanted to complain. And by the way, he was sitting in his luxurious palace in Ibiza saying all this, whilst having no seemingly careful thoughts about what was going on in Ukraine 2 days after Mr. Putin put a missile into a shopping centre.
Well, there you
It's
go.
astonishing.
But it's 90-year-old billionaire
91,
Bernie
yeah.
Ecclestone
Yeah.
not being in touch with
Reality
real
with the
people.
rest of the world.
Out of touch, yeah.
We're out of time. It's
Right.
a very brief one, this hour, but we're going to have longer with you next week.
Excellent.